Hey guys, it's LEGO Boys E3. Today I'm going to make a magnetic YuXin 5x5. And so here we go now, the cube is finished. I was actually planning on releasing this video yesterday, but since I didn't have time for that, I instead got a little bit more time to do first impressions on this cube. So after first putting the cube together, I kind of felt like the magnets were a little bit too strong, just kind of turning slowly like this. But after lubricating it and actually doing some real solves on it, it's just like a slight little bump every time you turn, and they're a little bit less noticeable on the outer layers, which is good, because by default the YuXin outer layers are actually a little bit faster than the inner layers. And so yeah, I really do like the turning of this cube as it is. Like when you're in 3x3 stage, these layers don't move at all. Like I'm barely supporting those layers with the back of my hand, and it just stays perfectly in place, which is something I was never able to do in the past. So yeah, I really like it. The magnets are a little bit strong. I might go slightly weaker magnets if I were to make another magnetic 5x5, but for just like a basic 5x5 that works and it's magnetic, this is a pretty good option using N35 2x4mm magnets. Like I said, I was originally a little bit concerned about using this big of magnets in this big of a cube, but I actually found someone online who had done it using these magnets and doing it in the YuXin 5x5. It seemed to turn out alright, so I decided to try it, and it really turned out great. As for the mechanism of this cube, it's actually pretty simple. You pretty much just put 3 magnets in each corner piece, so that means 1 per section of a corner piece, so like it comes apart in 3. You just put 1 magnet in each of those, and then that magnet attaches to one side of this edge piece, so you decide whether you want kind of the right side of the edge piece or the left side of the edge piece. I'm not really sure which one I did, but yeah, you choose one of those and you just separate all the edges into one side or the other, and then in one of the sides you put it so it attaches to the corner pieces, and then in the other side of the edges you make it so it attaches to this kind of inner edge piece. The reason I'm doing a 5x5 after a 3x3 and not something like a 2x2 or a 4x4, which I do plan to do in the future, not really soon, but eventually once I get some better magnets, is actually because on a 4x4, since it has an inner layer that doesn't line up perfectly along one axis, you actually need 2 magnets in every piece, every inner piece. And so yeah, you need a lot weaker magnets, which I currently don't have. Also, the reason that I just randomly made this puzzle is because I got 500 new N35 magnets, and so I'll be using those a lot more in the future too. So be prepared for more magnetic cube videos coming up. I know one more thing that people are concerned about in big magnetic cubes is the weight of the cube. You have twice as many magnets in here as you would have in a 3x3, 96 to be exact, but the weight isn't really affected that much. I can definitely tell that it is heavier, but it really doesn't make too much of a difference, and it's still very controllable. It's not that bad at all. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this cube. I hope that time lapse was mildly interesting, and you can figure out how I did it just using my other tutorials on making smaller magnetic cubes and just watching the time lapse. It should be pretty simple if you have some experience, and that's pretty much it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!